Hello guys, this is Ryo69501 and welcome to my Convergence Timeline explanation video. God, I don't know why I made such a long title. I'm gonna call it Welcome to my Convergence video event. This is a little bit more simple. So I wish that everybody had an excellent Holy Week or spring break. I wish everybody have a happy spring break or Holy Weekend. I think it's called spring break. So, need my coffee first. You all know me. I need my coffee. Without coffee, I cannot read comic books, and without comic books, I cannot drink coffee. It goes side by side. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to give you more or less what I understand the timeline of the Convergence event. What I believe is the timeline, because I think that some of you are going to be way confused. You're going to be wondering, okay, why is this and why is that? So I hope that with this video will give you more or less what I can explain the timeline with this whole thing. That's why I have all these comic books here displayed. So also I'm going to show you every single comic book and explain you why it's here. And of course I'm going to explain you about the timeline, what goes where goes what. Okay, let's get started. Okay. Okay. Here I have Superman Doom issue number 2 from that event. Here I have Futures End issue number 1. I have here as a reference. And also World's End, Earth 2 World's End issue number 1. I have Convergence issue number 0. Action Comics 35. The Multiversity. I'm going to explain you why I have this here. And also I have Futures End issue number 23 through 25. Which if you put them together, it makes a pretty nice poster. Which, by the way, I love it. And also I have this from the 90s, The Kingdom, which I will explain you why I have this here. Okay, the timeline. Everything starts here. Superman Doom. If you all remember, some of you read it, well, you understand that the one who was behind everything with Doomsday and all that was Brainiac. So once that Superman pushed Brainiac into the black hole, actually he went with Brainiac into the black hole, well, he suddenly sees the multiverse, as we see here. The different timeline or different Earth, right here. So this is kind of like a way into letting. This is a way for DC Comics letting us know that the New 52 is not the only Earth. So after this book was done, I believe that this one came out. But this one, this Multiversity, written by Grant Morrison, which I have to say is an awesome series. Well, it's kind of like letting us know that, well, there is different Earth. Earth 2, Earth 3, 4, 5, 6. You keep on counting. This is what this is about. So now, after this, came out Convergence 0. Well, excuse me, came out Superman issue number 35. Now, this story, Convergence issue number 0, it goes between Superman Doom issue number 2 and Action Comics issue number 35. This is the issue when finally Superman leaves the black hole and comes back and stumbles with Supergirl. That's why he has a beard and he looks much older, a bit older, as we can see here. So, as we can see here. So, why it goes between these two comic books? Well, because when this is finished, Superman goes through the black hole with Brainiac. What we suppose was Brainiac, as we see on the cover. But it's not the Brainiac that we think. So he's inside the black hole. He's inside of what we call beyond time and space, where there's no beginning and no end, no up and down, left or right. It's like nothing happens there. So once that this story is over, which by the way I have a video explaining, giving you my thoughts about this story. So once that there's a confrontation between Superman and Brainiac, as we can see here, which happens to be not the same Brainiac as Superman Doom, because when he went through the black hole, in a way Superman kills him. I know, comic books. So here Brainiac is explaining Superman what's going on. As you can see here, we have all the death of Superman. Now, the reason why I have this mini-series here, because as you can see on this page, right here, you can see the cover of this mini-series, which happens to be The Kingdom. The Kingdom is the story of God, that he goes through time, going through time to the past to kill every single Superman. So instead to go to the future, he decides to go to the past, through time, to kill every single Superman that ever existed. That's why you see a bunch of Superman there. So more or less about, if you have read this book, you get a pretty much of an idea how Brainiac is doing with Superman. Now, all the Superman that you see here, they're all dead. From the beginning of time, which I don't know what year is that, all the way till death of Superman, which I believe this is the last time that Superman have died on the comic books. I believe so. I don't know. So up to issue number 75 from 1990 something, death of Superman. So the Superman that we see here, now this is the last Superman that is alive from the whole multiverse. Now you getting a pretty good idea? Okay. Once this story is over, then we go to this one. This is when Superman returns back, but he has no memory about what happened here, because Brainiac, after he went through confrontation and he gave up saying, well, Superman, you're a bit too stubborn, you don't want to learn or pay attention, so I'm going to kick you out, send you back to your Earth, which happened to be the New 52, and I'm going to erase your memory about what everything happened here. So once that Brainiac kicked Superman out, he being found by Supergirl, and the memory that he has on this specific comic book is only the memory that he has what went through here. So on Superman's mind, this did not happen. Now remember, Brainiac erased his memory, which eventually Brainiac says, well, I'm gonna react, I will activate your memory when the time comes. But Superman is the only one that is alive. And also we got a very good explanation what convergence is, more or less. So I got here Future's End. Because the thing is that after Future's End and World's End finish is when this starts. So it's a little bit difficult to understand the timeline between Future's End, World's End, and Doom. The timeline. I cannot tell, although if I use as a reference taking the date that they were published, but story-wise is pretty difficult because this is on Earth 2. And this one is 5 years in the future, or 5 years from now. No, excuse me. So it's kind of a little bit to understand the timeline of these two these two series, which, by the way, they all finished. So now we go to Futures End 23, 24, 25. Well, during the Futures End, Brainiac shows up 5 years in the future, or 5 years from now, which is kind of like the first appearance of Brainiac, what they were calling the Blood Moon story arc or whatever. So it's what is called the Blood Moon, which I believe is here on the last page, which, by the way, looks awesome. Love it. Let me see if we see this here. I don't want to wait too much time. Oh, it was on the previous page, I believe so. Yeah, it was on the previous page. Previous comic book issue number 22, where we get to see the full Brainiac standing there, standing tall. So this is kind of like a story, like let us know what Brainiac is doing, more or less. Now remember, this Brainiac is dead. This Brainiac is dead. All of this Brainiac, more or less, they're all dead. Why? Because, well, I will have a video giving you my thoughts about Convergence, and I will explain why there are so many Brainiacs dead. So more or less, this is a way for me to explaining how the timeline works on this event. Okay, let me put this here again. Okay. Put the camera back there. Yep. Now, if you did not read the Superman Doom, but you are kind of curious about it, well, you can, I just show you the last page. You don't need to read this event, because we get to find out about Brainiac on the last page, where the multiverse is born. Kind of like I said before, they're letting us know that there is more than one Earth. So I hope that this video is been helpful for some of you that might trying to get into Convergence. And well, guys, this is it. I hope that you like this video. See you later. Bye.